Are there alternatives to a letter of credit that it can ensure that the seller or buyer, I guess they didn't specify it, but to ensure that they get paid outside of a letter of credit?
So you can do an open account where you're asking for a deposit up front and maybe all the money before it leaves. That's covering that. Letter of credit we talked about. You can do a documentary collection, which is just the transaction of documents going back and forth, and that's more affordable. And you would really only want to use a documentary collection when it's at site. And at site means the foreign bank receives the documents, they see them, and they're going to make payment before they give the bill of lading to their customer, the importer. If you were to do a documentary collection, at 30 days, that means the foreign bank is going to accept documents, but payment's not going to take place for 30 days. The bank gives the bill of lading to that importer, and no one makes that importer pay in 30 days. So that's where you wouldn't want to do that. Instead of a letter of credit, another option would be a standby letter of credit. Well, Mr. Buyer, I'm going to give you open account, but I want you to put up a standby letter of credit that I can draw on because you didn't pay me. We have some exporters that do that across the board instead of using letters of credit. Each one of their overseas buyers opens up a standby letter of credit that just sits there and doesn't get drawn on because the open account transaction takes place and the buyer pays the seller. It's just a safety policy, insurance policy. And then you can have actual insurance. There's something called trade credit insurance, and it is sold by the Ex-Im Bank of the United States as well as private insurance companies like Euler Hermes. And that scenario is you get insurance policy against your foreign buyers and your foreign receivables. You pay a premium, and if that foreign buyer doesn't pay you, the insurance company will reimburse you for that loss to a certain percentage. So that's called trade credit insurance, and some people use that in lieu of letters of credit.
That's good. That's great to know.